Hello everyone and welcome back to the Clark Griswold channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys for being here today. I'm happy to be here, happy to be bringing you guys another video for this week coming up. If you are new to the channel, new to the strat, new to trading, or just struggling with your trading, this channel and this strategy are about to change the way that you guys trade in the stock market. The first thing I need you guys to do is go down below, click that subscribe button, and then hit that bell. That bell is the important part. It gives you the notifications for when I send out my videos just like this one every single day. Guys, this is the watch list for Monday, July 18th, okay? Our day trade setups for July 18th. So we're going to go through a bunch of plays. We're going to have a top 5 video out. We're going to have a weekly swing video out. I put these videos out for you guys for free all the time. I've got 200 plus videos for you guys to learn from, to help trade profitably, to help you trade consistently. Hey, I'm also on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. Go follow me there. If you have questions, you can DM me there. I'm open for you guys, okay? Don't be shy. Don't be worried if you think it's a dumb question. Just ask. I will help you guys out, okay? Couple of housekeeping, not really housekeeping items, couple of items to go through. Number one, TradingView. This is the platform that I use to chart, okay? It's how I do all these lines. It's how I look at everything. If you have not used TradingView before or you are looking for a platform, there is a link in the description below. That link will give you a free 30-day trial of TradingView, okay? And if you decide to use it, you will get up to $30 off of your subscription, okay? So find that in my description in this video below. Number two, the videos or the ads. Let those ads roll through, guys. Those advertisers are paying for you for me to keep this content free for you guys, okay? Keeps your money in your pocket. I know they suck. I know they're annoying, but go get a drink, go get a snack, come back, and we'll run through these things every time, okay? But like I said, those advertisers pay for this stuff, and they keep it free for you guys so you don't have to pay it. So I appreciate it if you let those things roll through. Number 3 on the list, the Griswold Strat Indicator. Okay, the Griswold Strat Indicator gives you time frame continuity. It paints these inside bars. It paints the outside bars. Gives you these outside bar tabs. The inside bar tabs. Gives you the candlestick numbers. Okay, it paints the 3-1 setups in gold. It paints the double inside bar setups in blue. This one's a little different because it's got a outside inside, so it shows up as silver. But if there's just 2 inside bars, it'll paint them as blue. It's also got the 50% indicator on it for Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. Okay, you will not find that indicator on the TradingView indicator tab. Okay, it's private. If you want it, click on the description below. It's marked out as the Griswold Strat Indicator. It's 25 bucks, one-time fee. You have it for life, okay? You'll never have to pay for it again. It's a one-time fee for the Griswold Strat Indicator. You can also go to the link in my Twitter profile. It is there along with the Griswold Gold membership and a bunch of other things, one-on-ones, etc., etc., etc. Let's get started on this list, guys. Number 1 on the list, and you know it's a double inside bar. It's going to be on the top 5. Double inside bars, guys, are like a cheat code. They're like a stock market hack. They're like 2 magic beans. When you see these yellow bars, okay, I see them as yellow because I have the Griswold Strat Indicator. You guys will just see them as inside bars. Hey, when you see them, I want you to imagine those yellow bars as springs, and they're getting tightened and coiled and getting ready to explode into one direction or the other, and that's how inside bars work. They don't break the high or the low of the previous candle. It's a tightening range, so they're getting smaller, 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 and eventually they've got to break out in one direction or the other. And if we go back in time and look, and all I have to do is go back and find this highlighted area, this blue, that will tell me that there was a double inside bar back in May on Chewy. And if we go see what it did, and this is not a full, they're not foolproof, okay? 3-1 setups, inside bar setups, double inside bar setups are not foolproof, but the majority of the time they work out. And you can see right here, double inside bar, and we had this beautiful, beautiful breakdown, and we hit 1, 2, 3 targets, maybe a 4th one. I'm not going that far back to look, but a great trade off of that double inside bar. So we're going to look for the same thing to happen again on Monday with Chewy, okay? And we'll see how it plays out. And maybe it works and maybe it doesn't. I have no idea. But we set targets here to the bottom side at 41.17 with the green line, or to the top side at, what are we at? 43.41 to the top side, sorry, and 41.17 to the bottom side for puts. Okay, and then you notice this pink line here, guys. Anytime you see a pink line on my chart, it represents a trigger for the weekly. Okay, so we can go to the weekly chart, and there we have it. We had a 2 up red. We're looking for a 2 down. So a 2 up, 2 down reversal on the week. So again, if we trigger this double inside bar, it's very, very possible that we trigger the week 2 down. So pay attention to Chewy on Monday morning. AMC, we're going to play next. Well, maybe not play it, but we're going to look at AMC next. If we can get on there. AMC. AMC had a 2 down green, and we've got a hammer candle. Hammer candle, meaning we have this big body with this big, long wick. Okay, it looks like a hammer, like a Thor hammer. We can call it the Thor if we want to. So when we have a 2 down and it's green, that gives me probability that this thing is going to trend back up on a 2-2 reversal, and that's what we will look for in AMC. Now, we're showing all green outside of the year, but guys, when the Monday morning opens up, these may all very well be, the hour, the daily, and the weekly may all be red. I don't know. Okay, but we're going to say this is going to trend up, or hopefully it trends up. We've got a trigger for it. If it does at 15.39, and we can take our targets at 15.67, 15.94. Those are our targets, our magnitude, our pivot points, whatever you guys want to call them. They all mean the same thing. You can say that's where the bears have their stop losses. Doesn't matter. They all mean the same thing. Okay, that's on AMC. CL, Colgate-Palmolive, had a 2 up that finished red. So the opposite of what we just looked at. Okay, 2 up, finished red. And you notice this full time frame to the downside. So we're going to look for this to trend down on Monday. And again, we don't know what's going to happen with this hourly, this daily, and this weekly. Again, it very well may go to the upside and will be green on those 3 items, okay? And red on the rest. When I day trade, I like to see the day and the week the same color. A lot of people like to see the hourly and the daily. That's fine. And then everything else can just be a bonus, okay? The weekly is a bonus. The monthly is a bonus. But I like to see the day and the week trend in the same direction. And that's just a me thing. Doesn't have to be a you thing. But when we have, if this does trend down, we have full time frame continuity to the downside. Okay, and this little yellow circle just means it's an inside bar on the quarterly. So if we go back to the quarterly and look, we will currently be on an inside bar there. Or at least we should be. So the high, we might be high of 83.39, high of 82.02. I'm going to take this off to see what's going on. There we go. Just doesn't look like everything's loading on here. So if we go to the day, I think I've got a internet glitch. There we go. We go to the quarterly. There we go. That was a glitch on my computer. So here we go. Inside bar looking to break out of on the quarterly. And we do have that marked with purple, but we're currently inside on that quarterly, okay? So if we go back to the daily, we're looking for that breakdown. Those purple lines represent the quarterly inside bars here and here. So we are currently trading within the quarterly inside bar, okay? But we're going to look for this to trend down on Monday. GME, GameStop. GameStop has a 2 down green hammer candle, Thor candle, whatever you want to call it. And let's get rid of some of these green lines for you guys so we are less confused about what's going on. This is a tough one, okay? Because we are, and I talked about this on Friday, I believe, about this broadening formation. Okay, so we had a lower low to a higher high to a lower low, back to a higher high, and I said we were likely to come down. So we've started already. The problem is we've got a bullish pattern right here with this Thor candle. Okay, and then we've got everything pointing to the upside outside of the year. So this very well could trend down, and we could trigger, I'll change that to yellow. We very well could trigger to the downside and just have a 2-2 continuation and continue to the bottom of this broadening formation. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. So on the monthly, I see I have a blue monthly bar there. Let's go see what we've got going on the monthly. The monthly is currently 2 down, but in saying that, we have already passed the 50% mark. Okay, so if I go into here, and I go into my Griswold Strat settings, and I click on the monthly, there it is, this orange line, okay? My orange dotted line, that is the 50% mark. So we are well past that. So it's very possible that GME goes outside month. And let's actually go back to the month, guys. And let's actually tag this so we can see exactly where we're going to end up. So we'll go back to the day. I've put the high and the low of the previous months of June. There we go. Okay. So guys, if we trigger on the daily, first targets marked out, top of a broadening formation, as well as the monthly outside bar trigger or target, okay? So this is very interesting. I think if we trigger on the daily here on GME to the upside, that we are going to go outside bar on the month if we trigger here. That's just my theory, but based on Sarah Strat Sniper's theory of the 50% rule, we are already supposed to be well on our way to that spot, and we are. So pay attention to that next week. Keurig Dr. Pepper KDP has a 2 up, finished red, top of a broadening formation. So we can look for puts at 36.27. I've got the first target marked out for you guys at 35.82. NKE, Nike. I think Nike had a double inside bar. Either it was on the day, I'm going to say it was on the week. So watch for the weekly swings that I've got coming out, because there are a bunch of these double inside bar weeklies. Okay, so Nike was one of them. You guys will find those on the weekly watch list. Okay, the weekly swing list. So let's go back to the day on Nike, and right now we've got a 2 up, finished red. Now this could very well just trend up, and we could have a 1-2-2 continuation, or we could have a 1-2-2 reversal. Excuse me. And with a Rev Strat, this 1-2-2 reversal here is what we are looking for. And if it doesn't trigger, guys, we don't have a play, and it's okay. We don't pay attention to it. I will tell you, Nike will not be on the top 5 list, okay? What do we have on Space here? Okay, so Space has an inside bar. We have a 1-2 up. We can look for a Rev Strat. The problem is, guys, these 2 pink lines represent more than just what you think. But the 2 pink lines represent an inside bar on the weekly. Okay? So there's our inside bar from last week with this Thor candle, the hammer candle. And guys, if we trigger this weekly to the upside, we are triggering the monthly as well to the upside. Okay? So we will be 2 up on the week, 2 up on the month, and 2 up on the day. Okay, it'll be a 2-2 continuation. But this is I'm less likely to play this to the downside, okay? And that's what we would kind of be looking for. If I'm looking for Space to go on the daily, it's likely triggering the weekly and the monthly. So the day triggers the week, triggers the month. Okay, we'll go on to Target, TGT. I think Target also has a double inside bar on the weekly, but we've got a 2 up red. There's your 2 pink lines representing, and it is a double inside bar, I remember it. So 2 up red on target. We're going to look for puts on this one at 145.91. Okay, it's a 1-2 up, 2 down reversal. It's just one of the strat setups, a 1-2-2 to the downside. 1-2 up, 2 down reversal. Target set at the bottom of this inside bar here. But being this is an inside bar week, we could very well trigger to the upside as well, as the month and the quarterly are both green. But all three, week, month, quarterly, are all inside bars. Okay. Tesla, TSLA, had a 3-1 setup from Friday. We gapped up, and we have this doji candle right now on Tesla. So again, I haven't marked triggers, but we can put it there, and we can look for puts at 710. Again, the problem is we have a weekly, I think it's a 3-1 setup, it is. 3-1 setup on the weekly. So here's our target, our triggers for the weekly. And again, the monthly, we are also still inside bar on the monthly. So we are looking to break out of this inside bar as well. So again, I think if we trigger the week to one of these sides, that's likely the way that the month is going to trend as well. For the rest of the month anyways. We're halfway through on Tesla. American Airlines, inside bar on AAL. So we can look for calls at 1456, puts at 1405. This first target is no bueno on the put side. And then we'll take this here, and then we've got our targets marked out to the top and the bottom. The month and the quarterly are telling us we're trending up. We'll see what the week and the day do when we open up on Monday. BBBY, I think this had a certain setup here. Inside bar. It is inside bar on BBY, and I think it's a double inside bar on the weekly. So just another one of those plays. There's that double inside bar on the weekly. Okay. And again, you'll find those on the weekly swing video, which if it's not out, it will be. Okay, so calls at 508. First target is crappy at 509, and then 520, and then 527 is the third target, which is also the trigger to go 2 up on the week. Or we also have the potential to go 2 down on the day, and then that will likely trigger 2 down on the week. Okay. CVX 2 up red. Okay, we've got a little bit of a gap there, so our first target will be to fill that gap. I'll make that green so you guys know. Our first target fills that gap. Our second target is the bottom of that same candle. Okay, anytime we have a gap like that and we're looking at a setup and there's a gap, you take the top of the candle, or vice versa, the bottom of the candle if it's the opposite side. Okay, if it gaps to the upside. Okay, and right now with the monthly, the quarterly, we are all red, but we'll see what happens on the day and the week when CVX opens. Etsy, ETSY, has an inside bar. So Etsy, we can take calls at 83.17, puts at 78.33. We also have an inside bar, at least an inside bar on Etsy on the weekly. So if we trigger 2 down on the day, we are going to trigger 2 down on the week as well for Etsy, okay? IBM 2 up red. So again, we'll look for puts on IBM at 138.67 and a big, I'm going to actually move this down just a tad. 138.65. 138.63 is going to be our trigger. And our target way at the bottom there at 135.06. So good magnitude to the downside. Quarterly and monthly are both to the downside as well. KO is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, same thing. We have a 2 up finished red. Puts at 62. This is probably going to be about 62.08. 62.09. And first target at 61.28. Hey, LCID is Lucid Motors. Lucid had a 2 up finished red. So we can look for puts on Lucid at $19.21. And again, we have this inside bar on the weekly marked with the 2 pink lines. So again, we can look for puts at $19.21. Or if you want to trend and look at the week, you can do that as well, but check out that weekly swing video first. Okay, MRNA is Moderna, has a inside bar as well, and also 2 pink lines. So calls at 167.12, puts at 156.10, and we also have that trigger on the weekly at 155.93. If we zoom in, we can actually pull that down a bit, and I think the triggers for the daily and the weekly are basically the same. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There we go. The same trigger for the day is the trigger for the week. And then if we look at that monthly candle, we are already 2 up on the month, okay? So we will see how Moderna plays out on Monday with the inside bar on the day and the inside bar on the week. NVAX. NVAX has a 2 down green Thor candle. We can take calls at 54.76. And first target at the top of here. The previous candle, this big red long wick. And the other thing here, guys, NVAX would not be on my top 5 just because of the way this broadening formation is played out, okay? Higher high to a lower low, higher high, lower low. We trended back up, back to a lower low, all the way to the top. And now we are coming back down. And I called this one out on Thursday. This was a 17% move just on common shares. And I had said we are already bumming around the top of this broadening formation. And this was a 2 up. And I said you very well might see a 2 down here to continue to the bottom of the broadening formation. I think you could see the same thing right here with a 2-2 continuation. Actually a 2-2-2 continuation to the downside off of this bottom wick, okay? Palantir, PLTR. Palantir's got a hammer candle. Well, not really. But we can look for calls at $9.12 off of Palantir. And this very well might be just the bottom of a broadening formation right here. And there's the top. Okay, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. Do we start to trend back up on Palantir? We will find out on Monday. Okay, PTON, that's Peloton, has a 2 down that finished green. So calls at $8.70. And our first target is at $8.93 on Peloton. Roku. Roku has an inside bar. It looks like it does. Inside bar. The week is an inside bar. The month is an inside bar. The quarterly is an inside bar. So again, if we trigger to the downside on the day, we are triggering the weekly as well. And then if we go to the month, let's see where the month is looking at. So here is the current monthly inside bar. We are either going 2 down continuation, or this will reverse all the way back up and become a 2 up. Or we might just stay inside bar for the month. See what happens on Roku. Okay, SE is C Limited. Thor candle, hammer candle, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so a couple of things here. We can look for calls here at, let me just change that color, at 69.33. Okay, but we also have an inside bar on the weekly, and it's actually a double inside bar, and I told you guys there was a ton of these right here. Okay, double inside bar on the weekly on SE. So we can look for calls at 69.33, but it very well, we're closer to going 2 down on the week on this than we are anything else, okay? And then it looks like there's a monthly trigger line there as well, and we are close to going 2 down on the month as well. So a 2-1-2 continuation is what we would be looking for on SE. And I think to the downside is probably, I think that's what's more probable, but you never know. This could take a big jump up tomorrow, and we very well might go 2 up on the week. But let's see what happens there. XOM, I think this is the last one, guys. XOM has a 2 up that finished red, but it does have a hammer candle. The week, the month, and the quarterly are all red, so we can look for puts at 82.90. We are already 2 down on the month. So if we go to that monthly chart, you can see here we've already gone 2 down on the month off of this 2 up, 2 down reversal. So we should look for XOM to continue back to the downside on the daily based off of this trigger right here. Okay, guys, that's the list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Click that bell. Don't forget about the indicator down below, the TradingView free 30-day trial. And good luck trading next week, guys, on Monday. And we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.